In the pantheon of ancient Inca mythology, one god stands out among all: Wiracocha, the great creator god, architect of the universe, and source of all life. His name evokes both reverence and mystery, for his figure transcends time and space, connecting the past with the present and the present with the future. Before time and space had formed, a vast ocean of nothingness covered existence. Those primordial waters, unfathomable and eternal, would be the canvas upon which the history of life and creation would be painted. In the immensity of that infinite void, a god of unimaginable power awoke. His name was Wiracocha, the great creator god, and his purpose was to give life to a new world, a masterpiece of light and life. His majestic figure rose above the waters, and his penetrating gaze encompassed all that would become the universe. Raising his arms to the sky, the divine entity summoned his power, and a brilliant energy burst forth from his hands, creating a burst of light that illuminated the primordial darkness. That flash spread across the immensity, giving form to reality and establishing the beginning of existence. The power of Wiracocha was such that, with a simple gesture, the void was transformed into a cosmos full of possibilities. The primordial energy emanating from the creator god began to converge at specific points, giving rise to the foundations of the universe. These primordial forces collided and merged, originating the fundamental elements: water, fire, earth, and air. The voice of the god resounded with authority, imposing order amid chaos. His words were like the notes of a celestial symphony, shaping and balancing the unleashed forces. Thus, the divine being wove the harmony and structure that would sustain his masterpiece. The world born of Wiracocha's will was a blank canvas, ready to be molded and adorned with his creations. However, the creator god knew that his task was far from complete. The formation of the universe had been only the first act in his great work, and it was time to go a step further and bring life to this newborn cosmos. With unwavering determination, the divinity set out to give life to a world full of wonders and mysteries. Her divine mind already conceived the magnificence of her next creation, a planet where life would flourish in all its forms, and where human history would unfold under her watchful eye. That world would be the stage on which the great work of Wiracocha would unfold, and there, the true epic of creation would begin. The god contemplated the vast cosmos he had created. He knew that to bring his masterpiece to life, he needed a home for the life that was about to be born. Determined and with immense love for his creation, the great creator god stretched out his arms and began to shape the world. The primordial waters churned and parted under the power of Wiracocha, revealing the earth and the sky. With delicacy and devotion, the god separated the elements, granting the sky the height and majesty of his presence, while giving the earth the solidity and richness necessary to harbor life. Thus, the horizon was established, where heaven and earth would unite in an eternal dance of light and shadow. He devoted his attention to shaping mountains and valleys, plains and hills, creating a variety of landscapes where life could flourish. In the sky, he arranged clouds and winds, which would bring rain and life-giving breath to the creatures that would inhabit the world. The earth, now solid and fertile, cried out for the life that the divinity was eager to give it. With the touch of his divine hand, he brought forth rivers and lakes, seas and oceans, which would sustain life and shape the life cycle of the world. The creator god adorned the firmament with ribbons of light and shadow, anticipating the birth of the stars that would illuminate the world and mark the passage of time. With the earth and sky prepared, Wiracocha decided to give life to the stars that would illuminate and guide the creatures that would populate his creation. The great god, aware of the importance of light and time, set about creating the celestial bodies that would govern the firmament. With a magnificent gesture, Wiracocha gave life to the sun, the brightest and most powerful star, a source of energy and heat. This sphere of burning fire rose in the sky, illuminating the world with its golden light and filling every corner of the earth with life. Next, the creator created the moon, the goddess of night and refuge in the darkness. Her soft, silvery light contrasted with the brightness of the sun, offering a perfect balance between light and shadow. The stars, twinkling and mysterious, were the next to be created. These celestial bodies filled the firmament, guiding navigators and marking the passing of the seasons and the cycles of life. Each constellation was carefully placed by the great creator, forming patterns that would tell stories and legends throughout the centuries. Wiracocha wished that his children would be worthy of inhabiting the splendid world he had built for them and that they would carry in their hearts the love and wisdom of their creator. The god gathered his power and molded the first human beings from stone, giving life to giants of great strength and might. These titans walked the earth, populating its valleys and mountains, imposing their presence and dominating the landscape with their size and strength. However, he soon realized that these giants were not the perfect creation he had imagined. Although they were beings of great power, the giants lacked wisdom. Their hearts were as hard as the stone from which they were created, and their actions caused destruction and chaos in their wake. Wiracocha, saddened by the behavior of his first children, knew that he had to correct his creation and give life to a more balanced and just humanity. With deep regret, the great god decided to plunge the giants into darkness and transform them into mountains and rocks, integrating them into the landscape and turning them into silent guardians of the world he had created. Ancient legends tell that, today, it is still possible to see the forms of these sleeping giants in the mountains and rocks of the Andes, silent witnesses of the first humans to populate the earth. Thus, after his failed attempt, he began to mold his new children from clay, a more delicate and malleable material than stone. The present humanity was created with hearts full of love and understanding, with minds open to knowledge and wisdom. The Creator God gave them the ability to learn from their mistakes and adapt to the lessons of life. Once the new humanity was created, Wiracocha spread them across the earth, assigning them different regions, cultures, and skills. He taught each group the arts, agriculture, architecture, and laws that would allow them to prosper in their respective lands. In the heart of the Andes, the divine being chose the Incas as his favorite children and passed on to them his divine wisdom and love. As humanity grew and developed, God watched them from heaven, satisfied with his creation. However, humanity also faced its challenges and internal struggles, sometimes giving in to greed, envy, and pride. With the new humanity scattered across the earth, Wiracocha turned his attention to the other creatures and plants that would inhabit and enrich the world. The great Creator God, aware of the importance of balance and diversity in his creation, set about giving life to a multitude of beings and populating the earth with a vast variety of shapes and colors. First, the primordial created animals, each with unique abilities and characteristics that would allow them to adapt and thrive in their respective habitats. From the highest mountains to the densest jungles, from deep oceans to meandering rivers, the god populated the world with creatures of all shapes and sizes. He gave them the ability to fly, run, swim, and climb. Wiracocha then turned to the creation of plants, designing a wide range of species that would provide food, shelter, and beauty to the world. From giant trees to delicate flowers, from juicy fruits to aromatic herbs. As humanity adapted to its new home, Wiracocha realized that his children would need more than just his divine love and guidance to thrive in the world. He decided to teach them arts and skills that would enable them to cultivate the land, build shelters, communicate, and express themselves through art and creativity. Descending to earth in the form of a wise old man, the great Creator God began to travel the different regions of the world, sharing his knowledge and wisdom with humans. He taught each people the skills necessary to thrive in their respective environments, adapting his teachings to the conditions and characteristics of each place. To those who lived in the mountains, the Creator taught them how to build terraces and irrigation systems to grow corn, potatoes, and other essential crops on the steep Andean slopes. To those who lived near rivers and lakes, he showed them how to fish and build canoes and rafts to navigate the waters and explore their aquatic domains. In addition, Wiracocha shared with mankind the knowledge of metallurgy, teaching them how to extract and work metals such as gold, silver, and copper. These skills allowed them to create tools, weapons, and ornaments that would improve their lives and allow them to express their creativity and devotion to the gods. The great god also instructed mankind in the arts of medicine, showing them how to use plants and herbs to cure disease and alleviate suffering. He taught them to communicate through speech and writing, passing down stories and knowledge through the generations. The primordial one did not neglect the human spirit and taught his children the art of music, dance, and poetry, allowing them to express their emotions and celebrate life and the beauty of divine creation. Thanks to the wisdom and teachings of God, humanity prospered and built great civilizations, honoring their Creator and thanking Him for His love and guidance in every step of their evolution. Wiracocha contemplated his masterpiece with love and satisfaction, knowing that he had given life to a universe of balance and beauty, where humanity, animals, and plants would coexist in peace and prosperity. After having guided humanity in its evolution and having taught them the skills necessary to prosper, the great Creator God decided it was time to retire and let His children take control of their destiny. Secure in the knowledge that He had given them the wisdom and tools to face any challenge, the God prepared to walk away from His creation and return to heaven. Before leaving, Wiracocha gathered the leaders of the different villages and conveyed to them a message of love and hope. He urged them to keep the memory of His teachings alive and to share His wisdom with future generations. He reminded them of the importance of living in harmony with nature and honoring the gods and the land entrusted to them. He chose a group of sages and priests to be His representatives on earth, charged with preserving and passing on His legacy and guiding humanity on its path to wisdom and prosperity. These sages, known as Amautas, became spiritual leaders and custodians of divine knowledge. With his last words, Wiracocha bid farewell to his children and embarked on a long journey westward, crossing the ocean to the horizon where the sun dips into the waters. Legend has it that the Creator God promised to return someday, when humanity needed Him most, to guide them back to wisdom and harmony. Wiracocha's legacy endured in the heart of humanity, and his teachings became the basis for the great civilizations and cultures that developed around the world. The Amautas and spiritual leaders continued to transmit the wisdom of the great God, reminding their children of the importance of honoring the earth and the gods, and above all of living in harmony with all the creatures and elements of creation.